How are you all doing? This is Professor Harvey. I just wanted to introduce myself briefly and introduce a little bit about the class for this semester. Um, so this is, I've taught this class a couple times before. It is my favorite class because incident response and forensics is what I do, and it's something I really enjoy and really like to share with you with the class. So I think we'll hopefully have a lot of fun doing this semester. Um, so a lot of the content and format of the class is kind of uh, pre-made by the university. There are a few things that have been updated and improved, but where the directions and some of the documents haven't quite caught up. So I'm going to try to be updating and correcting those things as much as possible as we go along before we get to them. I've got some of them done, but it's challenging because I don't have access to change some of the documents, and so some of them will come out in the form of I'll be making announcements at the beginning of a week saying, hey, you know, do this instead of that. So I'll be trying to get those out at the beginning of a week, saying, hey, this is a note as to how to do this thing that isn't well documented in the instructions, like this one from yesterday. I got that out a little late, and I apologize for that. But hopefully, for most of y'all, that's good guidance. I actually only had an assignment turned in by one person before that guidance came out, and it was great. What he turned in was great. So hopefully, that's not going to be an issue for too many folks. But yeah, the last time I taught through this was with the latest version of the curriculum, and identified a lot of shortcomings that we wanted to fix and change. So I've been trying to get that done. So for who I am by way of introduction, my name is Matt Harvey. I am an incident response manager here at no, not here at a company called CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a leading firm in incident response, as well as just sort of enterprise security software. So I've been with CrowdStrike for a couple of years, did incident response for a number of other companies for basically the past decade. So I've been doing this for a while. Been in the in the security business another 5 years before that, and the IT business for uh, 25 some years. So I've been doing this for a while. Some of y'all have experience that's really long like that. Some of y'all are brand new to the business or just looking to get into the IT business. So we have a variety of experience in the class. I'm looking forward to working with y'all. Um, so this class is very heavily activity based. So it's not primarily sort of reading or learning from sort of canned lessons or a textbook or some kind of reading materials. It's primarily based on, hey, here's a set of information and here's how to get at it, and then go dig into it. That can be very, very challenging for people. I'm going to try to help y'all keep ahead of that as the weeks go by. One of the ways I'll do that is by doing quite a number, hopefully, of YouTube videos. Some of them I already have created from previous versions, from the last time through this class. I'm going to basically reuse to make it easier for me rather than trying to create a whole suite of video instruction as we go. And then some that I want to add where I didn't have as much as I wanted, and get some stuff to y'all earlier to give you some instruction via video on how to do some of this stuff. It's kind of a tough balance. One of the pieces of feedback I got from people before was, oh, it would have been good if we had gotten all this video instruction beforehand, but what I don't want to do is give you kind of here's how to do it before you get a chance to try it for yourself. So there is, and there will be some sort of feeling on your part of trial and error, or feeling like I'm trying to do this but I don't have the complete instructions. Dude, that's the way I talk to people sometimes at work, right? Folks, you got to Google for things. If you don't understand how to do something, Google it, search for it. I'm going to try to give you some of the SANS cheat sheet, some of the key pieces. But the whole world is out there, and that's, in my opinion, totally legit, because that happens at work all the time, right? At work, it's super common for us to get something from a client that says, hey, we have this network device that is totally goofy. Like, a good illustration is this past January, there was a big security vulnerability in a type of device called a Citrix net scaler that was publicized, and suddenly all the bad guys in the world were like attacking these Citrix net scaler devices. Nobody at our company had any idea how to do forensics on a Citrix NetScaler. So but we were getting work on this, and there's people paying us hundreds of dollars an hour is the kind of billable rate you're getting to figure out figure out answers about, well, what happened to this thing? Who hacked this? How did they do it? And we had to try to figure it out. And so we're having to Google and read and find documentation and see who else knows something and try things. And that's how you learn this stuff. So while I understand how frustrating that can be, to try to work something in a vacuum where you don't have the complete information, I know that a lot of the earlier classes in this program kind of give these very step-by-step kind of labs. I feel like that's not the best way to learn. I know it's kind of easy and comfortable, but it's not the best way to learn. Really learning hard things comes from really just trying and trying a new thing and trying a new thing and searching and figuring out and piecing it together. You really hold on to knowledge that way. But we're going to try to moderate that a little bit. I don't want you guys just banging your head against a wall in frustration. If you have an issue, if you have a problem, if there's something you can't find, don't bang your head against the wall too long at it. Try. Not getting anywhere, move on to the next piece and look at some other thing and shoot me a line. I'm going to try to get back to you and kind of help answer the questions, especially when there's multiple people who have the same question. Like this week, people are having a problem with the getting the user hashes in volatility. I think it's a problem with the file. It's not working for me. I don't know if it's because of an updated version of volatility in the lab or what. It's just not working. So like when that kind of thing is having a problem, show me what you're doing, right? Because the best way to document these kind of things is take a screenshot and say, hey, like here's what it is. Put that in the thing you're turning in and say, hey, I tried this command and this command and this command and this command and I'm not getting results. If you're doing it right and it's not working, well, you're doing it right and it's not working. If you're doing it wrong and it's not working, then you're showing me your thought process. You're showing me I tried this, and then for troubleshooting I did this, I tried this, I tried this, I tried this. You may or may not get 100% full credit, but if you're trying logical steps and working at it, you're going to get credit for doing those things. So if you're having trouble with something, show me your process, show me what you did. Often it's the reality in the real work world is we're saying, look, it was impossible to get the kind of results we were looking for from the forensics on this certain kind of thing. That happens. But you have to show and demonstrate and explain what you did try to do. So that's all I have to say for y'all. Welcome to the class. One last note about the discussions. Most of y'all have been in this program for a while, so the discussion boards, you're familiar with how they normally work. I will participate in the discussion boards, but only to a limited extent because I can't answer everybody, and it's kind of hard to if I see something that where someone's saying something that's not quite right or where I feel like there needs some steering, then I'll do that. The primary way I interact with the discussions is to read through them, and then at the end of the week, what I like to do is do a quick video like this, explaining sort of the real world perspective on the question, and also what I thought was good and what I thought was maybe not quite right about things people were saying. That way, and everyone can see that. I like to use video as a tool for these kind of things. So hopefully that will be helpful. I hope this video ended up being a little longer than I planned, but I hope you all have a good experience and hope to talk to you soon.